What's up my people, my name is Spicy and today we are reading Saved by the Karen. I just want my salad, okay? There must be something about me. And finally, useless security guard. But before we get into the story of a very confusing event but very wholesome, congratulations Cindy Roberts for the comment of the day. And everyone leave a fire emoji in the comments if you think the video is fire. I just want my salad, okay? So I've posted a story about my home, but here's my first official I don't work here lady story. Once upon a time, literally yesterday, I decided to go to the beautiful supermarket in my town. Why? Because I needed groceries. And I, like any other kind good citizen of Earth, I was just walking around minding my own business. I had already gotten the chicken, dairy products, and now it was time for the salad. The stuff already made for you and usually in a package and you just add all the fancy ingredients. There was a man and a woman in front of me, probably around mid-30s. I was getting ready to grab my salad and the lady says, "Do you know where I can find some cat litter?" I had on a blue polo shirt that day, so I can see why maybe they thought I worked there, but my polo shirt had a graphic design on it, unlike the workers, which are just plain. "Sorry, but no," I said calmly, just wanting my salad, which I grabbed and put in my cart. "Well, you do work here, so you can try to look and see if you can find it," says the woman. "I'm sorry, but I don't work here. I'm just shopping and I don't know anything about cats. I don't own any pets," I responded. "So you're judging us for having pets? You think you're better than us," said the man this time. I laughed a little bit because this was really funny. And I said no, I was just saying I don't have pets and don't know much about litter. Then an employee asked what is going on, and the woman calls me a fat lady who won't help them, and I am a sorry worker. I am overweight and unfortunately sometimes people use it against me in insults. He explained I don't work here and to please stop bothering customers. I tell the couple both they should learn better manners. And we all can't look like supermodels, and I hope their cat poop all over their house today. They did not like that, but I left shortly after that with my food. And I lived happily ever after with my salad and my fat lady self. Saved by the Karen. I am pretty new to Reddit itself, though I've heard plenty of stories from different YouTubers, so I'm not sure if this is the final home for this story, but it is definitely an I don't work here lady moment with a plot twist at the end. Despite the insane amount of evidence that says it did. This story also happened to my wife, which makes it so much scarier for me that I was not there when this all went down except at the end. My wife, who we will call Jessica, or Jay for dialogue, was shopping at our local Walmart with her daughter, who was 2 months old at this point, getting some stuff for dinner for the week. Let me preface this story by saying that in no way was she wearing any clothing it said she worked there at Walmart. She was in a spice aisle on a relatively not so busy day, trying to figure out what spices would maybe low off at home, when a Karen walked up to her. Now, when I say a Karen, I pulled up the first Google image of the "let me speak to your manager" haircut search result, and my wife legit thought it was her at first. That's how Karen-ish she looked. Karen, or Kay, looked something familiar to my wife as she approached her, but many hopes of trying to figure out who she was immediately dashed the moment she opened her mouth. "Excuse me, I need help getting the pancake mix. It is on the top shelf." Jessica, looking confused. "And I can't quite help you out either because I am only a few inches taller than you, so I don't think I could reach it either." Karen, raising her voice. "Don't give me that. I know you work here because I saw you helping an older gentleman a few moments ago." Jessica, looking even more confused. "I am not sure what you're talking about. I haven't talked to anyone except my daughter since I got here." Karen, raising her voice even more still. "Don't you dare lie to me. I know I saw you help that guy. And how dare you bring your kid to work? That is so unprofessional of you." Now, what kind of crowd did this confrontation draw, you may ask? Well, potential questioner that may or may not exist. A grand total of one person, a lady, was standing at the end of the aisle watching all this unfold. There were a few people that looked down the aisle, but they continued walking as they do so. This is important. Now, my wife can be a pretty calm person and she does not really like confrontation, but boy does she snap real quick. It was even worse during the pregnancy. I love you, sweetie, if you happen to be reading this. She is well aware of her quick temper and will usually walk away from a situation if her blood starts to boil. Obviously, this was one of those situations. Without saying a word, she turns and grabs the cart, then attempts to leave. Karen, practically screaming at this point, "Hey you, B, get back over here. I was not done talking to you. I want to speak to your manager. I will have your job." This was the last straw for my wife. She turned around and started screaming and cussing at her. She wouldn't tell me exactly what she said, but she felt so bad for some of the words that she chose. Karen looked really shocked. Then, she suddenly placed her head on her hands and started crying. My wife felt bad for her for a second and was about to apologize when suddenly Karen just took off running past her. When she turned to try and stop her, she watched Karen suddenly run into somebody who was next to my wife's cart, knocking them both to the floor. It was the same lady that was standing at the end of the aisle watching this as it went down. Karen very quickly shifted gears back to her usual Karen attitude. Karen, shrieking, "How dare you assault me? I will have you arrested for this. Someone call the police on this lady." The lady in question looked very concerned and looked like she just wanted to get out of there. She got up and turned to run away, but as she turned around, the manager and a police officer had just appeared behind her. "What is going on here?" Karen's voice has gone from shrieking eagle to a very calm but very serious tone. "You need to take the three of us to the back room right now." "Oh, believe me, we are." When they got back there, apparently everything was revealed. Evidently, the lady that Karen ran into had been stalking my wife throughout the store, and Karen had noticed her strange behavior. She had called the police about her, hence why the officer had been there. After she hung up the phone, it looked like the lady was about to make her move, so Karen decided to try and deter her as well as call a manager over at the same time by acting the way she did. She did not want my wife walking away right towards the lady, so she did what she could to try to keep her to stay. Unfortunately, it was not planning for her to completely take her attention off my daughter. During my wife's beratement towards Karen, the creepy lady was making her move. So Karen took action while trying to keep things calm by pretending to accidentally running into her. She also did not flat out warn my wife because she wanted to try to catch this person straight up. Because she knew that if she just scared her away, she might try again with another child. I am guessing that if push came to shove, Karen would have stuck by my wife's side rather than trying to chase her down if she managed to get out of the aisle. After reviewing the security footage, it was confirmed that the lady was indeed following my wife around. And after lying to the police about her identity, they found out that she had a warrant for her arrest for relations in multiple child abduction cases across the state. It was believed that she was the head recruiter for a large human trafficking ring. I was called a few moments later and flew down the highway to meet up with my wife to make sure everything's okay. I personally thanked Karen profusely. I even took her out to dinner as a thank you for looking out for my daughter and wife. I am sure most of you are wondering if she knows the stigma around the haircut she had. And it did get brought up in conversation. And the answer is yes, she knew. She got the haircut just a little before the style got popular on the internet for Karens. But she got too many compliments and thought she looked really cute to change it. I asked if I could post a story on Reddit and she was more than happy to let me paint her the ugly color that she displayed at first, so long as I give this message at the end. Keep a close eye on your kids. There are some really messed up people here in this world. It's better to deal with an entitled Karen than it is to face a kidnapper any day. A little obvious, but okay Karen, message sent. Oh, and if you're reading this, please feel free to contact me. I meant to get your contact info at dinner, but it slipped my mind until we got home. And to the readers, if you know of a better place to post this, feel free to let me know. First off, what the hell did I just read? That was very confusing. So at first, Karen was Karen, and then Karen became the good guy? What happened here? I guess it turns out well, since Karen was not a Karen after all, and she was preventing a child kidnapper of doing something bad. So I guess I should say, thanks, Karen? She might not be a full Karen or a real one, but she has the haircut. But that's okay, you can keep it. Just before we get into the next story, I just want to say thank you for being here and watching my videos. This means a lot to me, and a lot of you guys are actually supporting me by watching my videos, liking it, and commenting. It really helps. I've also noticed that 80% of my viewers are not subscribed, but you guys are always coming back. So if you're one of those people that keep coming back to my videos but are not subscribing, can you please subscribe? This is to tell the YouTube algorithm that my videos are good enough to be subscribed to so that they suggest me more. And the other ways of supporting me will be by liking the videos and commenting to increase the engagement. Oh, and also, the animation videos are really coming soon. Now let's get into the next story. There must be something about me. It was on my jour, wearing a workout tank and leggings because I just come from the gym, carrying a basket, headphones in, and someone tapped me on the shoulder. It was a middle-aged woman and she said in a huff, "I've been trying to get your attention for several minutes. Where is the peanut butter?" I stared at her for an uncomfortably long time and then said, "I don't work here." Her eyes got really wide and she said, "You don't?" I exaggeratedly looked down at my outfit a couple of times and just simply said, "No," and walked off. I built this attitude up over a long span of people thinking I work at places I don't. It happens at least once a month. I think I have resting customer service face, or I just look dead inside, but I do work in retail. I can confirm this. When I was working in retail, everyone would approach me with questions. I don't know why. Useless security guard. This happened last month and I just remembered it, so I'm gonna share it with you guys. I was with my parents in the mall and we were going to buy our groceries. My mom and dad decides to go to our phone service provider located inside first to report a problem with her landline. The phone won't ring. So they go to customer service and tell me to just wait for them outside. I look for a place to sit and I find an empty stall. This stall happened to be sitting next to the machine where you take your queue number. I decide to entertain myself and pull out my phone and start to play Bullet Force. A short while later, a group of women approach the queue machine. This is when I overhear them. How do I get a number? Now, I had my attention on my game, but I heard them. At first, I didn't think she were talking to me since she had a friend with her, so I play on. I don't know how to get a number. How do I get a number? I still don't realize they were talking to me until she said, "This useless security guard is just playing on his phone." This is when it clicks. They think I'm the security guard. I simply shut off my game, stand up and say, "They don't have security guards here. All you have to do is click the screen and follow the instructions." She then had this blank expression as she realizes what she had done. I then go to my parents and we go to the supermarket to buy our groceries. I don't know what made her think I was a security guard. All I was wearing was a dark blue shirt, pants, and rubber shoes. That's all, folks. Oh, and by the way, our phone still is not repaired until now. Hey, did you like this I Don't Work Here Lady video? If you did, check out my playlist right here. I bet you will love it. These videos take me a lot of effort to make, so if you can show me some support by liking the video and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also hit the bell button to know when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching this episode of I Don't Work Here Lady. See ya!